Four Midwest Guys presents
And welcome back to House Zanardelli, where we have no prisoners, only guests. I am your host, Mr. Zanardelli, and we are joined by the Archmaestress of the Google, my lovely wife, Stephanie.
Hello.
Who apparently, while I was doing the sound check down here, just freaked her the fuck right out.
Yes, thank you for that.
I had no... Okay, so I'm testing my microphone, and I do like a low... I was just goofing around, so I did like a low singing voice into my microphone, and then I go over to hers to kind of do like a different sound wave testing, so I do like a higher pitch one, and then...
Can I explain?
Oh, go right ahead. I don't know what you heard from upstairs.
I went upstairs to turn down our air conditioner so that we could do our podcast down here in the basement, and our cat is sitting by our daughter's room. It's quiet as all get out upstairs. And I hear this woman's voice coming from my daughter's room. And let me tell you, 11:30 at night kind of freaks you out.
Yeah, especially after watching an entire episode revolving around the Army of the Dead.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Sound anything like that?
Kinda, yeah. Kinda. Dipperwits.
You're even taking my jokes
anyway.
Now too. So yes,
let's get to it.
Let's just jump right over to it because the Archmaestress has refused to talk to me for this episode, which apparently she's already violated right now.
Top three. Let's go.
Can I explain why we're a little late with this episode really quick? It'll be really quick.
In 5 minutes or less, sure.
Oh, God, I'm going to make this 2 minutes or less. So, originally, we got our daughter to bed late again. I'm pretty sure it's par for the course on this show. But this time around, we actually had an excuse. I took my wife to a wrap party for the movie I'm working on here. So she got to meet some of my coworkers and everything, just a chance to actually put faces to names of all the people I'm talking about on set.
Yep.
So yeah, we were late because took my lovely wife to a wrap party.
Date night. Yay!
Yes, date night. A couple hours away, just a couple of adults hanging out. And speaking of being adults, we got to watch the penultimate season 6 episode of Game of Thrones. Are we 7? 7. We're season 7, right?
Wow, you just went...
I was busy having fun,
yes,
singing falsetto down here.
Yes. 7. Season 7. Say it with me.
Season 7, episode 6, Beyond the Wall. And we had such a good time with our format last time of our 3 favorite scenes, 3 favorite moments. We're going to continue with that. So, that being said, I will allow my lovely wife, the Archmaestress, to take the first round. What is your third favorite scene of the episode tonight?
My third favorite of the episode is probably watching all the guys, this crew of men going beyond the wall, getting to know one another and talking about how they've all come to know one another and their past and how they've all run in together and somehow they've all like
such a it's just watching the camaraderie.
It's camaraderie.
The camaraderie between everyone was so much fun. I think my favorite moment of that scene is watching the Wyndham Rewards guy and the Hound.
Tormund.
Tormund. Oh, I'm going to call him the Wyndham Rewards guy. When
seriously,
when the two of them were talking amongst each other, and I can't remember what he says. Like, oh, you're over here to try to suck my dick. Your what? Dick. Cock. Dick. I like that. More of a pussy man myself. So apparently the wildlings only use the word cock. They don't use the word dick. I thought that was a fun little moment. The Hound taught him a new word to say dick.
Yeah, right. Yippee. All right, so what's your number 3?
I'm going to go with something closer to the end of the episode. And it would probably have to be the moment, because for the episode, I was kind of starting to get a little distracted watching the Arya Sansa kind of conflict almost. I mean, it just got to the point, Arya found okay, and to correct
Sorry,
our
yes,
last,
I screwed up on the last episode. My bad.
it was pointed out, especially in the beginning of previously on Game of Thrones,
Blah, blah, blah,
the
blah.
letter.
It was from
Sansa
Sansa,
wrote,
not Lyanna.
telling
Blah.
Robb Stark to come to bend the knee.
Whatever, fine.
Which I didn't see the note myself. I was only going off our Archmaestress here. I love you. But no, apparently that has been the entire...
Sorry, guys, I screwed up. My bad.
I think your Raven was a little drunk.
Yes, yeah. Came from way, way long ago. Anyway,
so the whole episode, the Arya Sansa thing, was kind of getting a little... It's like, okay, what are you doing with this?
so that was your number 3?
No, that's not the number 3. And as I was saying, it was towards the end of the episode. It's what it built up to. I'm watching Sansa go through what originally I thought, based on the layout, was Littlefinger's room.
Well, it's a castle, so they all kind of look alike.
Oh, kind of. But as she goes out, she pulls out a briefcase, and here I was thinking, oh, she's going to uncover something about Littlefinger. And she pulls out Arya's masks, like
Couple
all
of
these
them,
faces. She's coming out, and she talks about her games and everything she played.
No, she talked about what she learned at Bravos.
Yeah, she talked about what she learned at Bravos, and you see kind of the coldness in Arya a bit as she goes for the knife and says,
She basically threatened her sister.
She pulls out the dagger that Bronn gave her and said, I suppose I could see what it was like in your life to wear all those pretty dresses. All I would need would be your face. And I swear to God that Arya had almost like a Hannibal Lecter moment. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
But at the same time, God bless you, you tiny little badass. That was such a great scene. Maisie Williams, she just owns that character of Arya so well.
Well, I thought it was pretty cool that Arya knew Sansa would resort to having Brienne kind of, I guess, like take care of Sansa and to, kind of do something to Arya if Arya tried to harm her. So I think Sansa probably planted the letter for Brienne to get sent to King's Landing. Does that make sense?
Are you sure?
I don't know.
No, because that was the letter that brought everyone. I mean, because apparently what we see in the final episode is the joining of all the kingdoms, and I think that's what that letter was the invitation to go to King's Landing, because that's what that is that's everyone getting an audience together. That's what that was about.
Okay.
Archmaestress, I think you need to look
I'm
at your
tired, dude.
Your
I'm
ravens
so
are
tired.
very, very drunk right now.
Anyway, so whatever.
But,
yeah.
No, I mean, because before that, Sansa was telling her, like, you don't know what I've survived. And I think Sansa finally got a hint, oh, my sister went through some shit, too.
But you also have to go back and look how Littlefinger was discussing Arya with Sansa and saying, well, Brienne's supposed to be here to protect you both, right? So she thinks Arya's going to do something to you. Maybe she'll... Oh, and then Sansa goes, protect me. So Brienne right now is kind of out of the way. She's heading to King's Landing to hang out with Jaime Lannister and his crew and
Sansa
whatnot,
basically sent them out. She's like, you're going to represent me there. Because there's no way I'm leaving Winterfell.
This is my
I'm
home.
safe here.
I'm safe here. I'm good. So
Sansa, how safe are you against Arya and Littlefinger? Not very.
She's kind of stuck in between them, I think, right now. Anyway.
So that's
number
my
2.
third.
Okay, so
now
number
on to
2.
your second.
Let me pull up my book here. Sorry. Number 3 was the camaraderie. Let's see.
Now, before I should point out, while you're looking through all your notes, in case if there's a lull of silence, we do have a cricket outside of our window right now, so it's kind of funny. It's like we're getting like added sound effects.
It's my brain, actually.
It's been a weekend, which I'm pretty sure everybody would love to hear about, but no, it's just so okay. And if I may, really quick, I think both of us might have the same number one.
Yeah, but we're not there yet.
We're not there yet, but I just want to say I think we should say it together.
Okay.
So what's your number two?
My number two is Danny. Gendry heads to the east wall to send out a raven to Danny. Danny gets it, and she does, in true Daenerys fashion, goes to save everyone again.
So your scene is
my second favorite scene was watching all three dragons head to beyond the wall.
The fucking dragon rescue. I think.
I mean, that was amazing.
The moment one dragon came in, I actually leaned over to you. I turned up our speakers. I said, "I don't care if this wakes up our daughter. I've been waiting 7 years for this moment."
But the the thing about it is that I liked watching them all fly off the cliff and head toward beyond the wall.
Oh yeah, it was so cool.
But the part that got me was Tyrion telling her, "You do nothing." They knew what they were getting into when they went. Doing nothing is what's.
The last time I listened to you, I did nothing,
right.
and look where it got me.
Yeah, so she trusts Tyrion, but part of her is just done with it. She's over it.
Well, the funny thing too is like the first scene that we see of those two in this episode, they're talking about being a hero. No, being a hero, and just the fact that she's like, "That's why I pointed you hand, is that you're not." It's like you're not a hero. It's like all these other men, Drogo, all of them were heroes.
These were all men she loved.
It's like, yeah, and she pointed out those were men you loved. And it's like not that you're not heroic, but you're not like them that you have to one up each other. And essentially, at that moment, Dany then becomes the hero herself. She does the heroic deed finally by jumping onto her dragons and going out there to rescue, essentially two of the men that she loves and for what she believes in.
If you don't know that she loves Jon Snow by now, hello, where have you been?
Yeah, and in the universe of Game of Thrones, I don't think incest is, that far-fetched anymore. Yeah. At least they're not siblings.
Yeah. Okay. So what was your number two?
My number two, I'm going to label like a succession of scenes, and I'm going to call this the Google Maps from Hell. And that's all those terrifying overhead shots of the army of the dead surrounding our like 7 or 8 heroes in the one little bit there, but
the rock they were standing
on the little rock surrounded by that frozen lake, but you get this massive scope view looking down and you see the
Thank you, drones. I love you.
Yeah, it's essentially it's like Lion, like a frozen version of Lion with The Walking Dead in there, but no, I mean, just those were some of the creepiest shots I think I've ever seen in the show, where just you get a sense of the scope of how large this army is and how overwhelming.
They were surrounded.
Not just surrounded. I mean, it's like 8 people versus we're going to eat your fucking world of size army.
Yeah, don't forget, R.I.P. Thoris. Sorry.
Oh, yes. Yeah, and I think the reason why I love those shots so much is they kept building up the dread to this battle, and I think those shots were the most effective.
Well, the whole thing, and then watching Clegane have sport and throwing rocks at the
he threw a snowball at one of them. Is like
breaks his jaw off, and I was like, "What the hell are you doing?"
And then he throws a rock, and then the rock stays on the ground that they thought were frozen.
Well, no, they thought it was broken.
I thought it was broken. Yeah, because that's why the army wasn't advancing.
The army stopped.
Yeah, and then the second the rock was sliding, they just went, "Oh shit!" And the army looks down and looks back up, and they just start walking across again. And you're like, "Oh."
And all the crew, the men was just like, "Oh crap."
All right, so again, earlier we hinted at. I think we both have our number one moment.
Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. zombie dragons. Holy crap!
Okay, so in a tragic moment, Danny
and her 3 dragons.
Well, the king,
the Night King.
The Night King throws his ice spear and punctures not the main one. Again, internet, forgive me. I don't know all the dragons'
one of the
names.
little brothers.
One of the little brother dragons. Yes,
Yeah.
not our main one. Not Drogon, not Drogon, but like you said, one of the little brothers was speared. And again, when I saw that, I'm like, that's Dany's children. They've even established again in this episode, I can't have any children of my own. Those 3 dragons were her children, and she just watched one get butchered by the Night King. So he throws the spears, blood pouring everywhere. The dragon falls down, sinks into the ice. The head slumps back. It's just, and again, anyone that just has a soft spot for watching animals get hurt, it's a tragic moment. But it's the last minute of the episode. You see these chains, 4 rows of chains.
So, quick question. Quick question here.
Okay, and I gotta say that just
where did they get the chains?
And the second you said that, I leaned over to you. Was like, you are watching an army of the dead and a dragon on the screen, and you're asking where they got chains. So the army's pulling the dragon out of the lake. The Night King touches it, and I'm just like, and it pans over the eye, like you're waiting for it, like it's gonna happen. You've seen the eye open, it's turning blue, but when it does, you just have that, oh god, zombie dragon.
Well,
this is not good.
Hey, now we're down a dragon. We still have 2 bunch of armies. Got Dothraki and the Unsullied.
Mm-hmm.
For Team Daenerys, and then you got what's left of the Lannister army and Highgarden.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget we have an undead mountain.
Oh, we have an undead mountain for Team Lannister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
I really want to see how zombie heavy bubbles comes into play next season. I mean, if they don't, we haven't really seen a lot out of them this
zombie
season.
dragon, zombie heavy bubble. It's all good.
So you're sending out zombie bubbles versus a dragon.
That would be great.
That actually would be fucking awesome.
Right? Hello?
Okay, yeah, I think we've written probably the coolest part of the season.
But you something cool, just a side note. Every time there was a fire battle or something to do with fire, Clegane kind of backed away and just withdrew.
Well, yeah, typically to his character.
Because he's afraid of fire, yeah. So... But it was so cool to see Fire and Ice finally, come together and watch Dany just blow some of this army out of...
I think she incinerated quite a good number of them.
Out of the ice. I mean, she didn't blow them out of the water because they were on the ice. But anyway.
I don't know. You could still incinerate some lumber on top of a frozen landscape.
Mm-hmm. It was still really cool to watch.
It's a great moment. A great episode. I mean, it got a lot of tension out of this battle in the north. And
Jorah
all these scenes.
almost falls off the damn dragon.
Oh my god! Oh, let's not
because the second spear gets thrown.
Mm-hmm. Let's also not forget the moment we thought our Wyndham Hills wildling
almost.
No! Oh my god! They're pulling him into the water, and you just think, oh shit! He's not gonna get back to Brienne, and then along comes the Hound to rescue him at the last fucking minute. Jesus, episode.
Well, they also found out that. They both knew Brienne.
Oh,
that was hilarious. Oh, my God.
It's like, oh, you know Brienne. I know Brienne. It's just so much. And now, okay, looking back on the whole episode, that opening shot made so much sense now.
Okay.
Because we open up on Dragonstone. And not just Dragonstone, but the map.
Yeah.
And as we see like a slow pan over the map, and because essentially the map doesn't have anything past the wall, but if you look in the framing, the way they framed it, there's nothing but fire on the top of the screen.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
These little things that you think about.
Because there was the wall and then there was fire.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Nice little harbinger of what was about to happen.
Nice. Yes.
So, I think,
that's our top 3.
There's a top 3. It was a short and sweet moment.
Yep.
God, when you get to the penultimate episodes of any Game of Thrones season. It's so much fun. They know what they're doing. They know how to build this up for the audience.
Well, they know what the audience wants.
Right.
Too, so, yeah.
They do not disappoint once ever.
No. You guys, you rock. I love you. Yay.
God bless you, show. But we need to see more zombie heavy bubbles.
Anyway.
Anyway, all right.
So I think that's it for tonight
That's
because we've got an early morning tomorrow. So
yes, I've got a 7:30 call time. We're wrapping out the last week of our movie. And before any of you ask, yes, it's actually kind of common practice to have a wrap party before a movie is actually wrapped. I thought it was weird myself, but that's one of the things I learned when I start working on the sets more.
Anyway,
if you are coming across this episode on our YouTube channel, you can also check out us and other podcast episodes at the number 4midwestguys.com. You can also find us on the Facebook page, some of the episodes as well.
Podbean.
You can find our show there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you've discovered us through Podbean or through someone, if you're one of our wonderful friends out there sharing us, God bless you. We love you. And thank you for anyone providing us any feedback or whatever, for telling us what you liked about it, what you didn't like. And we can only our show can only get stronger through you all. We hope you're enjoying this. If you don't want to listen to me ramble on, feel free to tell me. I'm pretty sure my lovely wife would no longer love to hear me sing falsetto anymore. I wouldn't disagree with you.
Yeah, no. Now with the cat sitting by the room and no.
I think you suspect something from our cat, don't you?
No, it wasn't the cat. It was our daughter. I was like, oh God, what's going on?
I think you actually do have a bit of a fear of our daughter.
Tiny.
Well, then again, I also have one myself.
Yeah, right.
If anyone has ever met her, you would know why.
Yeah.
We love you, sweetheart.
Love you, Abby.
You terrifying little girl, you. Anyway, so I think that is us. That is all for our episode of House Zanardelli tonight. As always, I've been your host, Mr. John Zanardelli, and accompanied by my lovely wife, the Archmistress of Google with the drunk ravens.
Good night.
And I would like to wish you all...
They had chains. Really? Chains. Okay.
I would like to wish you all a good night and a pleasant day.